They sent 5 men to finish what they started. They met 15 bikers who had been waiting for 6 days. The bullets came through Emma's bedroom wall at 2:47 a.m. Her mother, Rebecca, threw herself over the 4-year-old's bed. 3 rounds hit Rebecca in the back. 2 more shattered the window. 1 buried itself in Emma's favorite stuffed rabbit. The cartel had targeted 447, Maple Street, home of Marcus Webb, a DEA agent who'd seized $3 million worth of product the week before. They hit 446, Maple Street instead. Wrong house. Right horror. Marcus Webb showed up at the crime scene in his bathrobe. That was meant for me, he told Detective Sarah Chen. I live next door. Same layout. They got the address wrong. Sarah looked at the bullet trajectory. Then at Marcus's house. Mirror image. Jesus Christ. Rebecca survived surgery but fell into a coma. Emma was physically unharmed but hadn't spoken since. She just sat in the hospital waiting room, clutching that bullet-riddled rabbit, staring at nothing. That's where Danny found her. Danny was a biker, vice president of the Iron Wolves MC. His sister was a nurse on the trauma floor. She'd called him when she realized Marcus was loading weapons into his truck. He's going after them, she whispered. He's going to start a war. Danny found Marcus in the parking garage. You can't do this, Danny said. Watch me. Your daughter just watched her mother take 3 bullets. You think she needs to watch her father get killed too? Marcus turned. Then what the hell am I supposed to do? Wait for them to come back. They know they hit the wrong house now. They'll finish the job. Danny was quiet for a moment. What if they came back and we were waiting? The Iron Wolves MC wasn't big. 15 members. No national charter. Just men who rode together and looked out for their own. Marcus Webb's daughter became their own the moment Danny brought her case to the clubhouse. Jake, the chapter president, listened without interrupting. Then he asked one question. The cartel. They gonna come back? Yeah, Marcus said. They don't leave witnesses. Emma saw the shooters' faces through the window. She's 4 years old and they'll kill her anyway. Jake stood up slowly. Then we make sure they meet us first. What happened next went against every rule Marcus had learned as a federal agent. 15 bikers became Emma's security detail. 3 shifts. 5 bikers per shift. 24 hours a day. They didn't carry guns, parole conditions. They carried tire irons, chains, and a reputation that made grown men cross the street. Marcus moved Emma into a safe house. The Iron Wolves set up a perimeter. No one got within 50 yards without being questioned. Emma still wasn't talking. She ate when they put food in front of her. She slept when exhaustion took her. But she wouldn't speak. Just held that destroyed rabbit and stared. On the 3rd night, Marcus came outside where Danny was on watch. Why are you doing this? You don't know us. Danny lit a cigarette. My daughter was 5 when my ex's boyfriend put her in the hospital. Fractured skull. Broken ribs. I was in county lockup. Couldn't protect her. What happened? My club happened. 8 brothers showed up. Told that boyfriend they'd find pieces of him in 3 states if he ever touched her again. Danny exhaled smoke. He moved to Oregon the next day. Your daughter okay? She's 17. Full ride to ASU. Wants to be a pediatric nurse. Danny smiled slightly. What the hell else are we supposed to do with our miserable lives? They came on the 6th night. 5 men. 2 vehicles. Suppressed weapons. Professional. They never made it past the perimeter. Jake saw them first, movement in the shadows. He clicked his radio twice. 15 bikers materialized from the darkness. The cartel enforcers raised their weapons, but hesitated. Shooting 15 bikers in a residential neighborhood meant police. Police meant complications. "Drop M," Jake said quietly. The lead enforcer shook his head. "You don't know who you're messing with." "Yeah, we do," Jake said. That's when Marcus Webb stepped out of the shadows. "I'm Marcus Webb. DA. The man you were trying to kill." He gestured behind him. "But you shot my wife instead. And you terrified my 4-year-old daughter. This doesn't end, Agent Webb. We'll keep coming." "No," Marcus said. "You won't." The lights came on. 30 federal agents stepped out from surrounding houses. FBI. DA. ATF. All armed. "You're under arrest," Sarah Chen said, stepping forward with handcuffs. "And thanks to the recording devices these gentlemen helped us plant," she nodded at the bikers, "we've got everything we need." The bikers had been bait. Witnesses. Protection. And it worked. The 5 enforcers took plea deals. 37 arrests followed in 6 states. Marcus received a commendation. The Iron Wolves received nothing official, but local police stopped pulling them over. Rebecca woke up 4 weeks later. She'd lost her spleen and part of her liver, but she'd live. The first thing she asked for was Emma. Emma still wasn't talking. But when Rebecca whispered, "Baby girl," Emma crawled into that hospital bed and finally, cried. She didn't say words. But she cried. And that was enough. 6 months later. Emma spoke her first words on a sunny Tuesday morning. Danny pulled up on his Harley. Emma watched him park. Then she stood up and said, clear as day, "Can I sit on it?" Danny's eyes went wide. Rebecca was crying and nodding. "Yeah, kiddo. You can sit on it." Emma climbed on. She was too small for her feet to reach the pegs, but she wrapped her hands around the handlebars and smiled. "First time in 6 months. You gonna be a biker when you grow up?" Emma shook her head. "I'm gonna be like Miss Sarah, the detective. So I can catch bad guys before they shoot people's mommies." 14 years later. Special Agent Emma Webb graduated from Quantico at the top of her class. FBI. Violent Crimes Division. Cartel Operations. Her mother was in the audience. Her father was crying. And in the back row, wearing leather vests and looking completely out of place, sat 15 bikers from the Iron Wolves MC. Jake was grayer. Danny had retired from riding. Razor walked with a cane. But they were all there. Emma walked straight to them. "You didn't have to come." "Yeah, we did," Jake said. "I'm joining the Arizona field office. Cartel Task Force." Danny grinned. "Your daddy must be having a heart attack. He'll get over it." Emma paused. "I want to do what you did. Protect people who can't protect themselves." "You already are, kiddo," Jake said. "You already are." Epilogue. On the wall of the Iron Wolves clubhouse, there's a framed photo. A 4-year-old girl on a motorcycle, holding a bullet-riddled rabbit, smiling for the first time in 6 months. Below it, a plaque. "Sometimes the most dangerous men make the best protectors because they understand violence and know exactly when not to use it." Emma Webb, FBI. Every Thursday night, when the Iron Wolves meet, they remember the night they stood in the darkness and waited. The night they became guardians. Because sometimes family isn't blood. Sometimes family is 15 dangerous men who chose to stand between a 4-year-old girl and the monsters who wanted her dead. And sometimes, the wrong target becomes the right cause.